Jan Gruber, who is the part of the crisis management of the Czech Republic, and will talk about provisional bridges.
So good morning, everybody. Once more, let me introduce myself. My name is Jan Gruber. I come from Czech Republic. I work in the Ministry of Transport and Security Department and section in crisis management. I'm involved in crisis planning, crisis management, defense planning, and infrastructure, critical infrastructure protection, and now as well about security of South targets. This is new topic. But my presentation is focused on the using of temporary bridges. This is contents of my presentation. I'll skip very quickly. I'm sorry I'm every time I'm a longest presentation because I have 70 slides I want to show with you and share with you our findings with you. First of all, I describe our country and our infrastructure. This is my country in Central Europe. We are really part of Europe. You can see in the left, on the right corner bottom. We have neighborhoods: Germany, Poland, Austria, and Slovakia. So we are not Czechoslovakia, we are Czech Republic because we separated in 1993. This is road and motorway network, Czech Republic. We are a very huge network, and this is only state at 1st of January 2016. Only motorway network, how you can see. And this is some idea. This is vision. We want to link to every main cities and regions and link together. This is visions. I don't know to time, maybe 2030, maybe more. This is really vision. What is black is built, and what is red is this our plan. So this is some information about percentage ratio on number of bridges. What is important is information about we have third class roads, second class roads, motorways, first class roads, and how you can see almost more than half is third class roads. And total length is more than 55,000 kilometers, and motorways only more than 1,000 kilometers. On this infrastructure is a lot of bridges, and total is almost 1,700 and bridges. From research was findings that percentage ratio of bridges is against statistics. Maximum span is around 18 meters, more than 92%, and statistics also shows that percentage ratio of both of single and multiple pole bridges with maximum span 18 meters is 81%. We face obviously almost always we face only floods. We don't have, of course, seas, so we don't have tsunamis. And we are in very calm territory, so we don't have, fortunately, earthquakes as well. So we face almost floods. How we improve resilience of our infrastructure? We use support tools for planning, some tools for assessment of critical infrastructure, maps, web map applications, and software, which are developed especially by academic sectors. We use National Traffic Information Center for receives information and data, evaluate situation and verifies information, and these information are sent from this traffic info to police, firefighter, rescue teams, and correspondents as well to drivers, of course. This is some chart of agenda systems, telematic systems, and information for drivers are completed to National Information Center. I sent this a lot of this in these users. We have as well regulatory measures for all transport, and especially system economic measures for crisis situations. We provide emergency plans and special resort legislation, and we use as well special crisis legislation. This is volume of 3 special crisis legislation from integrated rescue system across crisis situation and developing of resources for crisis situation. What is main task of resilience is, of course, in transport, maintaining the mobility and functionality of bridges. For us, it's particular critical. Ministry of Transport directs its efforts to repair damaged or destroyed bridges in crisis situation by replacing with temporary bridges constructions. We have two pools of sources, private companies, obviously construction, and we develop stocks and state material reserves. This is administration. Sorry. Emergency reserves are created as emergency supplies by Ministry of Transport. This is under Act of Ministry of Transport. These materials are intended to ensure the needs of population and emergency services. And generated materials and products are not available. And in case if are not available in territory in needs necessary quantity in given time frame. This is there are pictures shows how we do it. I'll skip. We have system which in this management of provisional bridges, who is who in key is of course Ministry of Transport as a leader. We have a lot of partners, especially Ministry of Defense, University Defense, Administration of State Materials, Road and Motorway Directorate, technical schools, private businesses, and of course users, bridge owners, street regions, municipalities, infrastructure managers. This is some summary of using this provisional bridges during the last 20 years. When we use this pool of using of temporary bridges to renewal from July 1997, when was first huge floods in our territory, in what we knew, of course. Across August 2002, in this year was very impact as well. Capital city Prague, it was very huge. How we can how you can notice totally we use during the last 20 years 121 total number of bridges. In length more than 3 kilometers, and only August 2002 was used built 52 bridges in length 1,400 kilometers, so almost half of this. How is the basic technological procedures for bridge renewal? We recognize 4 types of degrees of damage for to bridge objects: light damage to bridge structure without impact on load capacity, it's on this picture, or damage to the load bearing structure of the bridge with bearing capacity, total destruction of the bridge object, and the last one is damage or destruction of the access road. So this is very well is bridge, but it's not possible to get on. Here is summary measures restore transport infrastructure. This from planning, of course, across construction technical measures, provision of resources and their preparation, activation, of course, forces and resources, and on recovery, which is divided into site survey, designing, and construction work. Again, this is some summary of what is necessary to do. I underline the last item, operation and maintenance, especially because this is what you see in last slides. That is very important. Maintenance after something built. We use some information systems for support of designers and for local authorities and owners of bridges. Technical conditions which are promoted on the websites of Ministry of Transport. For survey, the geodetic focus, we use obviously forces from Defense University in Brno, which are in the terrain and develop survey terrain, and as well are able to develop 3D models representation, and they design some solution for local and other authorities. This is designing the shortening project documentation, which is used for using during the crisis situation. Only during this crisis situation. In normal situation, you have to do, of course, a normal project. Obviously. This project includes technical report, bridge layout, and everything, schemos, assembly, dismantling, extract part of bridge and temporary bridge kits, everything. Again, we support for designers websites, tools for designers. Something about emergency reserves. This picture shows warehouses of emergency reserves. These warehouses are situated all on old territorially allocated in a reasonable quantity. Of course, we need to be every time have to have access to some warehouse. Totally, we have now. This is the situation. Almost more than 5 kilometer temporary bridges. And this pool is heavy bridge set MS, bridge set MS, pontoon bridge, PMS, bridge piers, pismo. So, some pictures about these constructions. Heavy bridge set MS. These constructions are only one lines. Okay. This is steel framework structures assembled from individually pre-manufactured components. This bridge set MS, this is composed of full bridge parts of length 3 meters. This is one part, second part is linked together. Previous construction was characterized very quick construction. Pontoon bridge PMS, this is only for military forces, and in some cases only for rescue services, but only for this, not for civil users. Bridge piers pismo against steel framework dismountable structure as a support both railway and road bridges. What is necessary? You have sources, and you have to have as well human resources. So we train people, and we keep in mind that it's necessary to develop everything. So new construction as well. The security department organize professional courses in this very simple place, but very useful. How you can see, course participants are trained and educated, and they are from private construction companies, organizations that provide planning, employees, emergency departments, and students, civil and military university and colleagues. Everything is free of charge for everybody, because it's funded from budget, Ministry of Transport. This is new prefab bridge road MMS 2005. How you can see this number 2005. It was designed as a single line bridge after floods 2002. This is this construction is used in the design to develop for civil sector and design accordance with DNI and other applicable regulations in the resort Ministry of Transport, how you can see. After this, after 2010 years was developed as well a small footbridge and temporary bridge for pedestrian and bicycle traffic, range from 3 to 8 meters. Because the construction, military construction, don't have this place for traffic, is not possible to separate traffic, pedestrians and cycling. So we have two footbridge, small and big footbridge. This is to length from 3 to 36 meters. We have as well other resources. This is again former military structure, but it is two lines, bridge-mounted rail MMT. We have, for example, plate bridge provision for quick casting, small construction height, and for securing oversized transport is useful, very good, as you can see. We have bridge mobiles, rail or full bridge. This is full bridge used on the bridge car AM50. Against this for rescue services, very quick, or evacuation, very quick evacuation. Or rail bridge, which is used on bridge tank and T55A. And we, during this time, we find a lot of things, how is possible use another materials which is originally intended for rail transport. One of them is sets of beams IP, different size and lengths. Temporary railway bridge, ZM16 for road traffic, how you can see. Or it's especially possible to use temporary construction pigment for increasing low capacity road bridge during transport, heavy transport, supporting railway bridges during their reconstruction again. Or this is new example from Prague, using supporting statically disturbed buildings. It was in Prague. I don't know exactly when, 2013, 2020, the new construction technology, and after very quick changing the temperature from 38 degrees Celsius to maybe 10, it was problem with these new buildings. So this supporting statically using of this construction.
Esto es una nueva construcción en Praga, como podemos observar, y utiliza construcciones para este puente permanente. También es construcción de tuberías y puentes.
Combination Pigmo and railway ZM16 for shifting horizontal or vertical structures. As a floating support on the left side, or installation of technological equipment. So not only for transport results, it's useful for air results, and not only for crying. This you can see sliding track from belts, railway construction, 2016. That's all. Practical experiences of using temporary bridges. What is the problem is noise. If you use this construction, because this is all the military construction, noise was for military no problem, but for civilian sector is of course problem. So inappropriateness for intra-rail for use in intravia, and is insufficient pedestrian protection, how I said. We solve it with this way. This military construction must be equipped with technical modification, very simple modification for civil operation. Of course, we are only people, so there are a lot of mistakes of traffic signs in corrected place, and you can see. That's right. What is very important, incorrectly made entry wedges. So you have to need practical verification of the functionality of these temporary wedges before commissioning. And this is impact if it's no maintenance after building. This is impact. Degrade the structural elements, inadequate maintenance, holes in the road because it's wooden road. Even missing parts, especially in screw connections, corrosion, of course, and this is really missing screw. It's horrible, but that's real. So this problem, if it's long-term use. Practical experience for using the timely is necessary timely response to put the potential floods. It was built temporary bridges for normal construction during the construction on new highway, but after that it was new floods, and how you can see, it's necessary to clean everything. So, very important quick response. Another problem is we have no overview of their use on cycles. That's the problem. So we try to solve it. Installation of chips that should give information how many times it was used, where, how many times cyclically loaded. Conclusions. We have experience of using them bridges in practice. Validation of the chosen strategy after more than 20 years. This is we are able to secure effective and fast renewal of transport services and transport functions after disasters. We are able to increase as well the resilience of the transport sector, possibility of atypical use and increase of resilience for other sectors. We have good example and efficient and effective cooperation with civil military sectors, representatives across public, private and academic sectors, national, regional, of course local authorities for dealing with emergency. And we have very good practice developing international cooperation because one construction was sent by air to Central African Republic as a response to the humanitarian aid. And of course, in education and training, we have very good cooperation with our partners in the Slovak Republic, and now we develop new partners in Germany as well. Another lesson learned: implementing new measures for food development and improvement. What we find is necessary inventory optimization to meet the actual needs in accordance with crisis plans and the current state of the transport infrastructure, because of course transport is improving, it's more resilient, new infrastructure. developing load plans to meet requirements for transport by air to temporary bridges, increase and improved education and training at all levels, modernization of inventories, improvement of technical and safety parameters, especially of these military structures for civil operations, how I said, development and testing new technologies to provide information and the use and cycles of individual parts of these structures, and development of new structures meeting the technical conditions for their use on the roads, for bridges, small bridges. So that's all about temporary bridges, and now the last three sides. Again, I have to, this is my second task. From more information and about candidating my country and my city Prague for organizing Congress for Congress 2023. So how you can see, very nice place. So, this is Charles Bridge, oldest bridge in the Prague. There's some history why we want to organize it. This is some history from Paris 1908, across Prague 1971. So we want to, after 40 or 50, 52, after 52 years again organize it. So don't hesitate and support us, and if you thank you very much for your attention.